of the budding trees.
People from different cultures do things in different ways. It is important to increase awareness of and sensitivity towards culturally different modes of behavior. Without awareness of cultural diversity, how do we see others or perceive others?
Sunset diamonds trickle down our cheeks. The language of no words is how we.
I'm an Indian American citizen of the United States.
Ecuadorian, 100% Hispanic.
Then I'm Greek.
And I'm Mexican.
Intercultural communications to me is a way of communicating between people of different cultures and ethnicities. I think that everyone has a unique story to tell, and we get those stories across through intercultural communications.
To me, intercultural communication is probably people from different cultures sharing their beliefs and their values and the different things that make up their background.
The Indian culture is very conservative. People a part of that culture are, supposed to hold themselves to a certain standard, and that standard is set by their family and their elders.
I'm from a predominantly Greek and first-generation American family, and we're very proud of our heritage. I grew up speaking Greek and going to Greek school every week along with regular classes. We're a middle-class family living in the suburbs of Chicago, and I'm a PT, which is physical therapy student here at SLU. We practice the typical Greek faith, which is orthodoxy, and we hold religion and families to our highest value.
My family is Hindu, so we're not allowed to eat beef. And because of that, any kind of food that would show up at the party would pizza or anything would usually have something on it, like sausage or something, and I can't eat that. It's disrespectful that I don't like their food. I just couldn't eat it. I'm sure I would eat that entire pizza if it was cheese,
When I was in first grade, I was in a Catholic school raised by nuns, and they were talking to me, and I had no idea what they wanted. I couldn't understand them. To this day, I have no idea what they were saying to me.
Yeah, actually, my boyfriend from high school was black, and we dated for a few years, so he came to quite a few family gatherings. Based on how my grandparents grew up and their culture, especially coming to the United States so late, they had some preset opinions on black people, and when they would see him around, they would call him that black boy or the Negro, which to them was just a means of describing them, which is very common in the Greek culture to describe people by their race, but obviously to him and others it came across as very rude and disrespectful.
As a pre-med student, I think that a lot of people just assume because I'm Indian, I'd want to be pre-med.
We're loud. Apparently we like to procreate. Very affectionate, very physical in our affection, more so than Americans.
I would say one stereotype physically for Mexican women would be that they wear lip liner, they might have hoop earrings, maybe eyeliner their eyebrows. Some other cultural stereotypes of Mexicans that are more negative would be being illegal immigrants.
Yeah, well, recently with everything happening financially in Greece and the whole situation over there, I felt for the first time that being Greek was almost kind of embarrassing. And for a minute I tried to think about hiding my ethnicity, but it's not that easy. I felt that my family and I were viewed as kind of irresponsible and almost reckless because we were from Greek descent and we had preset opinions about what was happening in Greece because we stand by our country.
It takes away from all the hard work and all my passion that I have towards achieving the goal that I do.
Indeed, I did. When I was in school here, I had ears pierced. I was 1 day old. That was odd. People noticed that. We spoke Spanish, so when we went to school, we had an accent, so that was picked up. Then when we moved to Ecuador, then I had already learned the American way, and then they drove that to my attention. I was la gringa. I was different.
I definitely have. Being from Arizona, there's a lot of Mexican people there, and people like to say, well, you don't look Mexican, or you're not really Mexican, as if that was something that I should be ashamed of. And one time I was with a girlfriend's family, and I introduced myself and said my full name, and they asked me immediately where I was born. And I felt like that was kind of a peculiar question, and they were asking me that to verify whether or not I was a citizen of this country, which I felt was rather offensive.
By getting to know them, by getting on the same team. Don't focus on the melanin and their pigment because it's irrelevant. You can learn something.
I I think one of the best ways that we can reduce stereotypes is by not making generalizations about people. You shouldn't make assumptions. You should really do your best to learn about each person in particular and the culture and background that they come from, because learning about how their culture has affected their life will definitely open your eyes and clarify some of those stereotypes that you've heard.
I think that the best way to reduce stereotypes is just to educate yourself, to learn more about other people's cultures and backgrounds, to help better understand them. It's also great to immerse yourself in different cultures through different clubs at SLU and travel and even study abroad. You just should always remember to keep an open mind, because everyone has a story and everyone is the way they are because of that story.
Intercultural communication is a form of communication that aims to share information across different cultures and social groups. It is used to describe the wide range of communication processes and the problems that naturally appear. We can better ourselves by listening to other stories, suspending judgments, systematically checking your assumptions, becoming comfortable with ambiguity, and celebrating diversity.
Whisper secrets, dragonfly.